Hello, happy baseball opening day to everyone. Before we jump into tonight's game preview, just want to remind all of our listeners that Giles and the Goalie Podcast is having a viewing party Saturday night for the Wild Stars game, which is in Dallas. It'll be at Tin Whiskers Brewery in St. Paul. And that is at 7 p.m. So do come on out for some beer, some hockey, and Ben and I are going to do the next podcast after the show. And also, we have a special bonus show for you this week. Episode 144 just released this morning. Sarah McClellan of the Star Tribune joined Ben and I. It's a good half-hour podcast where Sarah shares her background on hockey before coming to the Star Tribune. And then, of course, we jumped into the Wild. So do give that a listen on SoundCloud or iTunes or whatever you listen to on podcasts. That said, Minnesota Wild Dallas Stars tonight at XL Energy Center. Dallas Stars coming into this game, they're just absolutely one of the worst teams in the league right now. They are nowhere close to being good, and it's really shocking how bad this team has gotten. They should be really good, but Jamie Benn just not having a good year. Ben Bishop out with injury. Mark Mathod out with injury. Stars are banged up, and they're just not playing good hockey. And tonight at home, the Wild need to have a foot on the gas mentality. Come out strong, don't let up. The Wild and Stars have split 2 games this year. Obviously, remember the 6-1 beating the Wild took in Dallas back in November, but then the Wild were able to even up the season series against the Stars. I think it was last month at home. So it's going to come down to these last 2 games here. The Wild have a chance to really put the Stars away, and also in these 2 games really solidify their place in third in the Central Division. And if they can somehow get a sweep out of these 2 games, that probably seals their fate as playing Winnipeg in the first round. So that'll be interesting to watch. Other interesting things to watch tonight. I'm going to be a little more interested to see Jordan Greenway after maybe a little bit of a practice yesterday and then again today. Get a few more minutes for him. So maybe he'll be able to make an impact, especially now that he's at home. He can get a little bit more favorable matchups as the Wild have last change. So it'll be interesting to see if Boudreau even puts him back out on the power play. I know Jason Zucker was taken off, and he's a fan favorite, so not exactly a pleasing move by Boudreau, but I certainly understand why he did that. Devin Dubnyk, I would bet all the money that he will start tonight. He started that 6-1 beating against Dallas way back in November, and then sounds like Kerry Lettinen will be the starter for Dallas, and he started that game as well. On Tuesday, as I kind of alluded to, Devin Dubnyk, not great. I mean, he made a lot of big saves, but the goals he allowed, I guess I should say the one goal he allowed, and then the overtime goal that was brought back, not the greatest, but I'll be interested to see how Dubnyk fares again tonight. And as Ben Remington pointed out on zone coverage last week, still haven't seen the best out of Dubnyk this year, so it'll be interesting to see. And Kerry Lettinen, obviously the backup for Dallas this year with Ben Bishop out. And he's done a lot of good things for that team, but this is a below-average goaltender the Wild are playing, and the key tonight is just shoot the puck. Just put the puck on the net somehow, and hopefully some of them are going to go in. That's what you got to do, and the Wild are getting a little too fancy, as always, with the puck when they come into the zone, maybe on an odd man break, but just shoot the puck tonight and see what happens. So that's what we're kind of looking out for here today. Obviously, go Twins here in their opening day in Baltimore. And we will talk to you after tonight's game. Later.